All right, so last time we talked about multiplying monomials times polynomials and then factoring. So working that way backwards. Uh, Remember your vocabulary, monomials and binomials. Monomial would be something like 2x. And we took that monomial times a polynomial, which could have been anything like 6x to the fifth plus 4x to the third plus 2 or whatever. And remember we just distributed, right? Well, now we're going to talk about multiplying binomials. And you have to remember what a binomial is. Bi meaning 2 means that there's two terms. So 2x plus 5 and then multiplying times 3x minus 1. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? So you should be able to multiply binomials and sometimes binomials and trinomials by the end of today. So quick review. There are 3 problems to go through that are review problems for you. So go ahead and stop the video, work those 3 problems out, then you can start it back up and I'll show you what you should have gotten. Okay, so the first one, distribute that 4 across, you should get 12x squared plus 20x plus 16. In the second one, you distribute that 7yx across. And when you do that, you initially get 14x squared y to the third minus 21x to the fourth y cubed. But because this guy is a higher degree, we want to move it to the front. Remember, when we move it, we take the sign in front of it with it. So when you switch these, you get negative 21x to the fourth y cubed plus 14x squared y cubed. And that should be your standard form, simplified version of number 2. Number 3, we're going to distribute twice. Okay, we're going to distribute the 4 here and then the x here. We get 4x squared minus 12 plus x squared plus x. And then we're going to combine these like terms to get 5x squared plus x minus 12. Okay, that's what we did last time. So a little bit of review there for you. Now, if we're going to multiply 2 binomials, you have to understand that what this means is I need to take this entire polynomial and multiply it by this entire polynomial. The way we do this is to take each piece one at a time. We're going to distribute, okay, but we're going to distribute twice. We have to make sure that this 2x gets multiplied into both pieces, so here and here, and that this 4 gets multiplied into both pieces, here and here. In other words, we're going to make sure that all the pieces get multiplied together. So we're going to double distribute is what we're talking about here. We're going to distribute the 2x, then distribute the 4, so we're double distributing. And when we do, 2x times x is 2x squared, 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x, 4 times x is 4x, 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. And then we're going to combine these like terms. So we get 2x squared minus 2x minus 12. Okay? Now this double distributing has sort of a acronym associated with it, a shortcut if you will, that a lot of people call it. And it's called the FOIL method. This is called the FOIL method. Why FOIL? Because what we're doing when we double distribute is we're multiplying the first term in each binomial. Then we're multiplying the outer terms, the outside terms of the 2 binomials. Then we're multiplying the inside terms of the 2 binomials, and then we're multiplying the last. So, first, outer, inner, last gets us to FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. That's what we call the method. But we're double distributing. So for this guy, we're going to multiply the first terms, and then multiply the outside terms, multiply the inside terms, and then multiply the last terms. So x times x is 2x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. Combine your like terms here. You won't always have like terms to combine, but very often you will. And so we get 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. Make sense? I hope so. You've got some to try. So give this guy a shot. Every time we get to a new one, go ahead and stop the video, work it out, and then start it back up to see if you got it right. And you should have gotten 24x squared minus 36x plus 12 once we're done double distributing. Okay? Try 7. Okay, and here's a situation where you're not going to have like terms to combine after you've double distributed, after you've FOILed. So firsts, x squared times x is x to the third. Outers, x squared times negative 8 is negative 8x squared. Inners, negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And last, negative 4 times negative 8 is positive 32. We're here. There are no like terms, so we're done. Okay? Now, number 8 has us multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. And things don't get any more complicated. We're still going to distribute twice. We're still going to double distribute. But thinking about this as the FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last, doesn't make as much sense because it's the inner where we kind of get stuck. So we can kind of think about this as double distributing. So we're going to distribute the x through and then distribute the 2 through. And that's our double distributing. Some people call this lobster clot or double rainbow or something like that, but some other kind of cute stuff. But really we're just double distributing. So multiplying the x through all three terms, x times 2x, 2x to the third, x times 3x is 3x squared, x times negative 4 is negative 4x. Then 2 times 2x squared is 4x squared, 2 times 3x is 6x, 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So the only thing that changes now is there's a lot more terms to have to look for to try to combine like ones. Degree 3 is the highest degree, so that guy goes first. That's the only one. We've got 2 degree 2's here, 3x squared and 4x squared, so that's plus 7x squared. We've got 2 1-degree terms, negative 4 and 6 gets you 2x. And then just 1 degree 0 term, so you just bring it down, and we're here. Okay? All right, now you try. Here's 9. Again, stop the video, give it a shot, and then start it back up and see if you're right. So you should have ended with 2x to the 5th minus 4x to the 4th plus 8x to the 3rd minus 11x to the 2nd plus 20. Okay, and this up here is what you would have gotten when you double distributed through. So make sure that you follow each of those to see that you got the same result. If you didn't get this right, go back, retrace your steps, and see if you can figure out which one you may have multiplied together incorrectly. Okay? All right, another one here for you. Try that guy. Stop the video, start it back up, and see if you're right. So we end up with 8x to the 3rd minus 14x squared minus 17x plus 5. Did you end up there? Okay, again, retrace your steps if you didn't, because you see here what you should have gotten when you double distributed through. All right? All right. Some things you may come across, whether it's on the I-step test or any standardized test. And so you need to, 1, know how to find the area of some things, and 2, be able to multiply some binomials together. So first example here, we want to find the area of this rectangle. So you're going to have to remember that the area of a rectangle is just length times width. So here we've got to take this entire binomial, 6y minus 13, and multiply it by the entire binomial, 5y minus 8. So we're going to FOIL, first, outer, inner, last, or double distribute if you'd like. So you get 30y squared minus 48y minus 65y plus 4 to, what is that, 104. Okay, so we get 30y squared. Combine these two like terms. You get minus 1, let's see, 13y plus 104. That is the area. Okay? So just length times width and double distribute that out. All right? All right, so we've got a triangle here. How do you find the area of a triangle? Well, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, right? The base in this guy is written as 2k minus 6, and the height is 4k minus 8. Remember, this height is always this perpendicular height drawn through the triangle here. You'll talk a lot more about that in geometry. Okay, you can approach this a couple of different ways. We can go ahead and distribute the half right now, because half of 2 is 1 and half of 6 is 3, and it might make your multiplying a little bit easier at the end here. So double distribute here and here. So 4k times k is 4k squared minus 8k minus 12k plus 24. Combine your like terms here. You get 4k squared minus 20k plus 24, and that's going to be your area. Okay? Just area using binomials instead of numbers. Not a whole lot more complicated. All right. Got one for you to try here. Oops. Okay. So give this a shot. Stop the video. Start it back up. See if you're right. And we end up with 10p squared plus p minus 21 by the time we do length times width. Okay? And that's it. Homework's out in Canvas. If you aren't getting these and you don't understand why, come see me. We'll figure it out.